Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be sharing the general information regarding the Atomy marketing plan, and I'm going to make a part 2 where I talk about the nuances and how Atomy's marketing plan or the compensation plan is so good, right? In terms of how you get more than you deserve, and I talk about how the system is created in a way where it boosts you and pushes you forward because we have an income ceiling. But other companies, they don't have an income ceiling, so therefore you just have to keep going and going and going and going, and there's no stopping ever, right? So let's talk about the reasoning why the marketing plan works, okay? So very simple. Marketing plan works because of the products. So if you don't have a good product, then no matter how great the marketing plan is, some people will say, well, our company gives you 75%. Our company gives you 90%. Whatever those figures may be, it's unrealistic for it to ever be that high, right? For it to be that high, that means the product that they're selling you is that much overpriced. So remember that, okay? So if somebody's coming after you and telling you like, hey, look at our compensation plan, it's amazing. Our company gives you 70% back. Well, that means the consumer that you sold it to is now overpaying by 40%. So let's think about those numbers, okay? So Atomy works because of the mastige strategy, okay? So absolute quality, absolute price creates a product where we have consumers who stay consistent and are regulars. So that's why we have such a low return rate, okay? These are all the other companies that you see, but we have a very low return rate of 0.2, 0.18%, okay? That means that individuals who buy our products continue to use our products, and there's no issue with the products, right? The skincare, the health foods, they're all that good. So we are, in terms of what we market, right? If we tell you that the product, it has all these ingredients and the price, when people compare it, they love it. So now we're in 27 different countries, okay? So why is that important? It's important because the compensation plan, once you register in Atomy, allows you to create downline in any of these 27 branches. And if you include all the different branches in terms of where consumers can consume the product but not do the business, it's over 55 different countries, okay? But if you're in any of these countries, then you can register and do the business and get paid for it, okay? So that's why this is significant. So let's say you have a brother in Uzbekistan. Let's say you have a sister in Mongolia. Let's say you have a cousin in Thailand. They can all register in your downline. And when they register in your downline, whatever they build, 100% of the PV becomes yours. Okay. So Atomy is rewriting network marketing history. Now, there are different aspects to this that I'm going to cover in my other videos, but today I'm going to be talking about how the downline PV is distributed globally to you, okay? So, we're called a network marketing company, and sometimes we have bad reputations, or, people have their own preconceived ideas of what it may be because of the past companies. So what I mean by is multi-level. So level 1, you get a certain percent. Level 2, you get a certain percent, and so on and so forth. And you get only the amount up to a certain level. And then you can restart that level in some companies by directly registering individuals. So the more, the better you are in terms of recruiting individuals, the more money you'll make in the past, right? So only those who are really talented, who would have already been successful elsewhere, are the ones who are usually successful in these companies. And that's not what we wanted to do in Atomy. We wanted to create a system where everybody is able to benefit and everybody is able to grow, no matter your skill set. So we've done that by introducing the compensation plan with specific little nuances that allow that to happen. And we're going to be talking about those. So it's a binary, meaning that there's two sides. There's a A and a B. Why is it not unilevel. Why isn't there 3, 4? Why isn't it a breakaway, meaning you create 1 and then create a certain volume, create 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the more you create, the more volume you get? Well, it's because it's harder. The easiest is unilevel, meaning that one line, but that doesn't work because it'll just stop and you can't pay somebody according to that spillover. But the easiest and most effective way is a binary. Now, binaries were something that weren't able to sustain themselves because of the way that it was created. But in Atomy, we are a hybrid binary, meaning that we are a binary, meaning you only need to do 2, but you get paid according to your smaller side, and the company has a set cap in terms of how much you can make, which is around $100,000 a month, including the compensation for the mastership bonus and the general commission. But in general, $30,000 to $50,000 a month is something that everybody can obtain because you get that from just building the general commission. And we're going to be talking about that here. But the second one is there is no subscription to anything in terms of maintaining your account, maintaining your website, your back office. There's nothing. It's free. At the same time, the business itself, when you get started, there's no monthly purchase requirements. There's no starter packages to get you on a certain track. Literally everything is free. Okay. Next is the unlimited downline accumulation. Okay. So number 3 over here, right? So what does unlimited downline accumulation mean? Well, that means that when you have a downline, and let's say that you registered your sister and she registered 1,000 people. Well, you didn't do it. So in previous companies, since they're not your direct, you don't get paid for them, meaning you didn't directly register them into the system. But in Atomy, as long as they are part of your downline, meaning you can go into your back office, look in your lineage, and everybody in that group, you get 100% of it. It's created this way because we call it super synergy of heart, right? Meaning that it is a team effort. So I always joke around and I always say, well, in most capitalistic societies, you get what you deserve or you get what you're able to do. So it's up to your ability, right? Meaning, let's say that you take a test and you don't do too well on the test because you lack ability. Okay, but your partner over there, your friend, they're a straight A student, and let's say that you copy their answer. Well, that's called cheating, right? We don't condone cheating. We don't say that's good, right? But if you look at abilities and you change that to a team sport, then somebody who's running faster, somebody who can throw better, somebody who can catch better, on a football team, whether they can do those things, the team works together to get to the end goal of winning the game, right? That's how this downline compensation plan was created. Meaning, let's say that you're not a good speaker, but your downline is. Let's say you can't speak Spanish, but your downline does. Let's say that you're not good at selling, but your auntie in your left side is. All these individuals' abilities become yours. So therefore, your success is inevitable now, right? Because it's free to register, no obligations in terms of monthly purchase requirements. So I don't know. There's nothing that I can think about that's stopping you from becoming successful, because it's not dependent on you. And it's only dependent on your effort, not your ability, and that's a big difference. And I'll go into that in my other sections of why the compensation plan is very special, okay? But for here, that's all you need to know. Now, there are 4 different types of payouts, but remember I told you earlier, 30 to 50,000 is just a general commission, okay? And the general commission is created by the unlimited downlines revenue, right? Whatever they generate, you get 100% of it, okay? Now, let's look at that. Let's say that you have, let's say that you are in the UK, okay? And your A side has Koreans, has Malaysians, and your right side, you can think about all the different, countries that you want, whether it's Spain, whether it's some other country in Europe or North America. Let's say that they're there, okay? But you don't know them, right? Because they got registered from other individuals in your downline. Well, everything that they buy becomes yours 100% no matter where they're located, as long as they're able to register the Atomy branches there in the 27 different countries, okay? Now, for you, if you're in one of the 27 different countries, well, you can have consumers from 55 different countries who are consuming, and you'll gain 100% of all their PV, okay? So that's what I mean by number 5, the global one marketing system. Okay. Now, there is an income ceiling that I'm talking about to reach that 30,000 a month, right? And that's 50 million PV. Okay, 50 million PV a day. Okay. So, in terms of the 50 million PV a day, that's how much you can generate. Now, you can go above and more, to 500 million, to a billion, but whatever it may be, it stops and it caps you at 50. Okay. So let's look at the products and let's kind of look at the idea of what PV is. So sometimes the PV to price value is 40%, some 50%, some 60%, But majority average is about 30%, okay? But here we can look at this. Look at this in terms of the PV for 150,000 and it's 232. Now this product, if you Google or if you YouTube Atomy Absolute Skincare, you'll see how amazing it is, right? Now, a product like this, just for the eye cream, would cost you more than $200. That little bottle right there, right, that you see. But this whole set is less than $300, $232. Now, this is amazing in terms of like value, okay? But on top of that, from just using this, what do you gain? You gain the PV. So I joke and I say, have you ever been paid to look beautiful? Have you ever been paid to brush your teeth before? Because by purchasing these items, that's initially what's happening. You're getting paid the PV. And as that PV accumulates, you get paid directly into your bank account, cash, okay? So it goes like this, okay? From 300K all the way to 50 million, okay? Now your personal PV, that's you personally, okay? It goes all the way to 2.4 million, okay? So you can start accumulating PV once you hit 10,000K PV, okay? So that's here, the sales rep, okay? Once you get to 300K PV, you're called an agent, okay? That means that you have bought, let's say, 2 of the absolutes, because it was 150K each, right? So 2 of those will get you to 300K already. And starting from 300K, let's say that your downline generates on your A side and your B side 300K. That means that you get 15 points, which equates to around $50 to $60, okay? Now, let's say you continue to consume for the lifetime, okay? Well, you'll continue to accumulate personal PV, and that'll generate for the lifetime of the ID. That's what we mean by no monthly purchase requirement, okay? So let's say that this is you. Well, you're at agent now, okay? Let's say next month you buy 400K PV more. Well, your ID will show as 700K PV for the lifetime of the ID. So every month, let's say your downline now generates 700K PV every single day because you get paid daily, okay? So that means that you're here, okay? You're generating 700K every single day. You're personally at 700K, so you're on this line here, and you're getting 30 points a day. So that means that you're getting about 120, okay, to 115-ish a day. Okay? So now, every single day, you can get all this cash into your account without having to purchase anything in your personal account. Next month, again, let's say your downline's generating this much PV, and you can continue to benefit from the downline because it's your business, right? You opened your store, you generated your consumers love the products, they're continuing to buy it. It's like a restaurant. Let's say that people love the restaurant, they'll continue to come eat, right? And you get paid for the work that you did. It's the same idea here. You created the consumer base, so therefore you get commission for all the purchases being made. And you'll continue to get that for the lifetime of the IMD. And it goes all the way to 2.4 million. Now, the beauty about this is once your personal PV gets to 2.4 million, you benefit all the other PV without having your ID having to get to that point, okay? So once you're at 2.4 million personal PV, you're maxed out. You don't need to buy more. Now, the beautiful part about this is since you don't have to buy any more PV in your personal ID, you automatically get to bless other individuals in your downline. And whatever you buy for your household, you can buy in another person's ID and give them the PV. Have you ever heard of this before? No. So I'm above 2.4 million. So I'm able to, every time I'm buying products and stuff, I can give PV to my downline and I can help them out. So literally, let's say that you have somebody who's in this position, they want to start this business and they don't have any money, but they're ready to go out, build consumers, and start generating the Atomy business. Well, you can bless them with the 300K PV, right? And they can start buying with the commission that they start getting. And they can bless somebody else. So it's an awesome program, okay? And it's free. So here's a little breakdown of the masterships now. Now the masterships are a little bit different. They are the total generated volume from the 1st to the 15th and 16th to the end of the month, okay? And once your A accumulates 2.5 million PV on the A and on the B, okay, from the 1st to the 15th or the 16th to the end of the month, you get recognized as a sales master. So remember, the general commission you get daily. Okay, so maybe it's at 0 today, but tomorrow it's at 100. But when your downline accumulates and grows, it'll get to a point where you're generating even 50 million PV a day, okay? So when the total accumulated PV from the general commission, okay, from the general volume gets to 2.5 million on your A and B, and you personally are at 700K PV, you are a sales master, okay? So this is what it looks like, okay? So you are at 2.5 million A and B, okay? And there's 2 periods that you can do this, right? From the 1st to the 15th to the 16th to the end of the month. You're generating roughly 400 general commissions because 300K multiplied by 7, right? If you get about 7 to 8 payouts per that period, you get about 400-ish, okay? And the mastership is about 500-ish, so you're getting about $800. So the total per that month is about $1,600 a month. Now imagine, okay, getting $1,600 a month every single month for building this team. Remember what I told you. One Absolute Skincare is 150K PV. Okay, that's it. Okay, so with around, let's see, two sales, you'd be already at 2 sales, you'd already be at 300K, right? So with about give or take, let's say 25, okay, 25 users, okay, on your A and 25 users on your B. Let's just conservative 50-50, okay, because not everybody's going to be using just the absolute. But you get the idea, right? Just 100 consumers and you're already there, making 1,600 residually every single month as you continue to build this consumer base. Because we have more than just skincare, right? We have many other products. And think about it. Think about duplicating other individuals like yourself in 3 months. So in 12 months, right, you're doing it alone. But let's say that in 3 months, okay, you generated somebody, and in 15 months then together, if you're doing, let's say 25-25 and they're doing 25-25, that's already 100, okay, within 15 months. 18 months, you get the math, right? Now, the numbers that I'm giving you are realistic and very much achievable. I'm not throwing out crazy numbers, right? So I encourage you all to check that out. Now, when you become a sales master, okay, in order for you to become a diamond master, you generate 2 more, okay, sales masters in your A and B. And then each mastership, you generate 2 of the previous. So if you want to be a diamond master, you make 2 of the previous, which are the sales masters. If you want to be a Sharon Rose master, you create 2 of the previous, which are the diamond masters, 2 on A, 2 on B, and continue so on and so forth. And this is where you can get up to more than $100,000 a month by creating teams where you are going up in mastership. Yes, it's doable, but it's not something that everybody, I think, can do. But I know for a fact that everybody should be able to generate $30,000 to $50,000 a month. Okay, so as you do this, it's doable. It's more realistic. Now, the masterships in terms of Imperial Master, yeah, it's 100% doable as well if you know what you're doing. Okay, so you got to know what you're doing and building the business in the right way. And I can, of course, definitely coach you to do that. The next is, let's go to the cash payout, right? So let's check out the cash payout. So when you look at the cash payout, each time you gain a mastership, you get cash. Okay, so Diamond Master 1,000, Sharon Rose Masters 2,000. These are one-time payouts. Okay, Star Master 10,000, Royal Master 50,000, Crown Master 300,000, and Imperial 1 million. So the total payout is 1.363. Now imagine being able to obtain this. Let's say your goal is 10 years. Okay, or even 20 years, whatever it may be. Okay, but let's say 10 years. Then you can break this down and you're going to be paying yourself about $10,000, okay, a month to get this payout. So it's pretty sweet, okay? So it's like you are continuing to pay yourself every single month, and in 10 years, that's what you get. So that's the idea, but that's what the cash payout will be, okay? Now, how does the education work? Okay, so the education system, there's group-based, there's company, one-day seminars, and success academies. And I'll talk to you guys more about that here, but you just have to get plugged into the education needed, whether it's Coach Drew's YouTube channel, whatever it may be, to learn, right? And as you learn, you'll be able to grow and you'll be able to obtain all these things that I'm talking about. Now, remember, this is just a general commission marketing plan, compensation plan that I'm talking about. And I'm going to create more videos and courses for you all to follow through with how to build the business aspect. But I want you to see the payout because this is what matters. And what I'm going to end with is the ID, your Atomy ID. You can inherit, you can give it, you can will it to 3 generations, okay? So imagine you build this ID monthly, it's generating $50,000 a month, and there's really nothing you have to do to maintain it. Well, you can pass it down, pass it down, and pass it down. So just imagine how much it's worth, right? $50,000 a month, right? Here in Korea, if you were trying to get rent, whatever it is, $1 million house will generate, 5,000 a month. So if you're making $50,000 a month, that's $10 million, right? That's a $10 million. Your idea is a $10 million asset, right? So that's how you need to view this. And I encourage you all to look at this and understand it and study it, because I don't believe there's anything else like it. All right? So talk to you again soon, guys. Bye.